So today what I'm thinking is we're going to set up our spot where we're going to be living. But there's probably a few things we should go over. The first thing we guys want to do when you actually get into the game is press space. This is going to pause the game. Actually, you can see down in the bottom right, we've got pause, play, and then we've got two speeds that speed this up. I think it's double and then triple times. And those can be used via the 1, 2, 3 keys for like quick access. Mostly I usually click these by hand because I don't know. I don't really use hotkeys. Sometimes I don't know. I never put them into memory. But anyway, the first thing we're going to do is that. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to want to kind of look over the map. And it's really big. No need to fret. There's a few things you want to look out for. The first thing you want to look out for is probably all the fertile soil. Fertile soil grows crops quicker. You can actually kind of tell. It's generally darker. You can see in the bottom left, it'll say the fertility rate on this is 140% versus your normal soil, which is 100%. The second thing we kind of want to look out for is buildings that we could maybe utilize. Like initially until we get set up. It'll save us time building stuff, and then we'll have a spare room to base out of for a little bit. Like this would be a decent spot right here with the farms going over here, and then we could obviously start making buildings closer too. And then let's see, this would be a good place here. This is the third thing that's probably, I would say it's less important, but having an enclosed area is probably, at least from what I'm looking at, places to build, it's like the third on the list. So this would actually generally be a really good place to start, I think. We've got some fertile soil here and here, and it's generally enclosed. And we've got spots that, holes in the walls and stuff, but we could obviously wall that off real easy without much material loss. Let's see, another space that could be good. Maybe here. Another building, and then we got some fertile soil here, although we don't have much to work with. So maybe not. Right here would be good too. This could be a good spot to build. We've got a place we could set up here. And we've got the fertile soil here, although it is very open. So maybe not. As I'm looking at it, I think we're gonna go ahead and go with this. It'll save us some resources building, and it's relatively close. The second spot I probably would have chose is this, but it's actually pretty far from where we are. So this is pretty close. So yeah, I think right now we're gonna start with this location here. We'll go ahead and build this building up. So we've got a room to live out of. So the first thing you're probably going to want to do is you're going to see these little red X's next to the stuff that spawn near us. You want to double click them and select all from that type, and you're going to hit F or click the button, whichever one you want to do. And you're going to do that with everything in this pile here. F, 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 F. But you might have to zoom out a little bit, or else you won't get all of it. F, 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 F. Oop. There we go. Everything is allowed from on my screen anyways. I think there's also a few other items that kind of spawn like way out here. You don't really want to go out that far though. I wouldn't worry too much about them. But yes, sometimes items will spawn. Usually items dropped by your enemies or by a player or a character will have a deny automatically, and you'll have to allow your people to actually pick that stuff up. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to actually work on the priorities. There's a lot of different jobs that your civilians can do. And this is like a basic list. The little check marks mean they will do the job, but they don't do it efficiently. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click manual priorities, the top left, and everything that's important, the lower the number, the most important it is. Everyone is always going to be a patient. That's always number one on the list. Everyone's always going to firefight. Everyone's always going to want to have bed rest. What is basic again? Yeah, I would say Flicka basic is also something you want to have, as a 1. Doctoring, you really only want the person who has the highest medical skill. As you can see, it actually gives you a good indication. This one's got like a lighter box, and even says the average skill of that person, which is 8. This one's got 3. This one's got 3, and we'll just set him as 2. He'll be our doctor. Although I like to have everyone as a doctor just in case, because if our doctor gets injured, nobody else will actually be able to do the doctoring. So I usually put these on very low priority. I'll almost never do this unless they really have to. For wardening, it's mostly the same thing. I like to try and pick one person to warden. So if you right click, it'll go back. If you left click, it'll go forward. I'm gonna make that so that these two here, well, they're never gonna warden. So if we ever have any prisoners or something like that, or we got someone who traders that are coming around, this guy Saras is gonna talk to him. Handle, which one is handle? And animal handling. Okay. So yeah, generally you want the person with the highest handling, and I think that's a combination of your gun skill, if I am correct. Yeah, it's your gun skill. Oh yeah, shooting at animals. It actually says this is just animals. So animal handling. I'll put it at 3. I don't think it's actually that important right now. Our cook. Our doctor's also our cook. He's got the best skill. Who's got the second best skill? You. In fact, these two are the same. All right, that's fine. I'll have you as a secondary cook just in case. And now for hunting. None of our guys are really good. None of them really have any gun skills. If we go to, I think, bio, you'll see it shows all their skills here. He's got a skill of 1 in shooting. He's got a skill of 0 in shooting, and you've got a skill of 3. That actually comes across. We've got 3 weapons here that we can actually choose from. We've got a revolver, a rifle, and a knife. And then we've got armor. Well, I think obviously the person with the highest gun skill is going to get the rifle, which is going to be Ryan over here. So we're going to right click and equip that bolt action. And he won't do this until we unpause the game, obviously. And then Robertson, you've got 1 in shooting. You've got 0. Okay. So Robertson's going to have the revolver. And Soares is going to have the knife. And then if you hold shift, you can actually put in multiple orders. And so I'm going to have them pick up the knife and wear the flak vest. Oh, flak pants. I didn't realize we had pants too. Okay. I'll also have her wear the flak pants. And I think Ryan will wear the helmet. Generally, it's actually a really good idea to start your characters off with a little bit of weapon skill in something. When raiders come along, it's going to be kind of a shit show of them trying to hit, so we could have some trouble. But we'll come to that, when we have to. Right now, let's continue back to the orders. Construction. You obviously want the guy who is best at construction to do this. For us, it's Sarah's. And you've got passion for it. The little stars, the little icons at the very like bottom right of the squares is their passion, which increases EXP gained when they learn it. So I think you'll be our second constructor. And for growing, they're both very similar. I don't really see, I want construction to be done at all times, but growing is also a very, like, it's a very good thing to, like, we want this done. So I think what I'll do, so after he's done constructing, he will grow. And you will also, I think you'll also grow. After you're done cooking, you will grow. For mining, I guess they can all kind of go mining. They don't, the other two don't really have much skill in it. He's got the most skill. Plant cutting. All of them can plant cut, that's fine. And the craft stuff doesn't really matter too much right now. And I think we've only got really one craftsman that's, I mean, their skills are very close, except for yours. Yours are actually decently good. And we'll have, since you're don't have anything any priorities like doctoring or cooking or constructing, like the other two, you will do a lot of hauling and cleaning. Ooh, and I guess eventually you'll do some research. And yeah, I think you will too. And we'll get to that later. For crafting, I won't worry about this right now. It's not really important. Okay. So the next thing we should do, we should actually set our schedule here. If I remember correctly, the amount of hours of sleep that everyone needs is 7 hours. We have 8. Yeah, so if we go and change, you can if you look here on the top left, you'll see you can click which one you want for the schedule, and they'll do it. Although I'm pretty sure we have a couple who have some traits for sleep. Yeah, quick sleeper. Rest rate multiplier 50%, so she only needs half as much sleep as normal. I think Ryan also has it. Yep, Ryan also has it. 50% of normal. So if we go into schedule, we can actually see Ryan, and as far as we will, each of them will get 4 hours. Oops, you're not Ryan. What am I doing? And then I always like to give them an hour of recreation before and after work. And then the rest of this is going to be work. Sometimes it might be better to give them 2 hours before and after work. I think 1 is enough. If it's not, you can up this to 2 hours. And these guys actually have their own needs. As you can see, they've got food, your mood, and all your mood buffs. We've got recreation, which is what like this would be. Yeah, recreation. So if you notice that the recreation is still low, you can always bump that up a little bit. So I think now we're okay to actually start building up. So like I said, I'm gonna take control of this building here. And if we go to the architect menu, we have a lot of different things we can order around. For orders, we've got mining, wood chopping, basically any kind of chore that you want your civilians to do. We've got structure, which is what we're gonna want. We can build a wall. We'll build this in so that we've got a whole base. It's not too bad. And then we're actually gonna go ahead and chop. Gonna chop that tree down. In fact, we'll chop a little bit of. I think we will need a little bit of wood, even though we have some already. We'll chop right in the front of the gate, or right in front of the house. One of the things that we're actually gonna need right now is we're gonna need a stockpile for all of our stuff, so we're not just pulling from here. And to do that, we're just gonna click the big stockpile button, B for the hotkey, and I think a 7x7 is a bit small, but I believe that's good enough. And then I think if we click on the storage, it's already selected. We will put this as critical, so they will move all of this stuff as soon as possible. Let's see, what do we want? If we go through the corpses list, we do want animal corpses here, so if we hunt anything, we can just stick them here. What do we not want? We don't want chunks. We don't want rotten. And I think that's about it. We won't worry about anything else yet. But these things also require us to actually to have a roof over it, or else they actually spoil a lot quicker. So we're going to go ahead and put 4 little wood divots there. Then once those are done, we can actually put a roof over it manually. That's actually a zone. The roofing zone is actually a zone. And then let's go ahead and set up our grow zone as well, which is H in the hotkey list. And this is going to be a little far. And I'm actually not quite sure how big my grow zone should be, because it's been a while and I don't know like the optimal starting, because you don't want to have it too big or else you're not going to get anything done. So but you don't want it too small or else you're not going to have a good harvest. But I think a 7x7 is good enough. And then once again, we can actually right. Sorry, it's been a while since I've done this myself. But you can actually here, if you press P, you can plant anything along this as long as you have the skill. And in fact, they actually say their minimum skill level. Like hops requires level 3, heel root requires level 8, strawberry level 5. But we're going to grow rice. I believe it also tells their whole like growing period for these two. I think the things have a specific grow period, or is it like it's been a while. I think it's just actually based on the map that you picked. But we won't worry about that. I think this is good enough. I think this will be good enough. Just one grow zone for now. I don't think anyone here has a high plant. See, we've got 5. We've got 0, and we've got 6. Okay, 6 is decent, but it's not that great. Ideally, you'd want someone with a planting of 8, so you can plant some heel root. And probably, cotton plant you don't need any, but cotton plant is a good one to start out with. Rice and then heel root are usually like 3 things that you will want, or whatever food you want to go for. It's up to you. Let's see. Do we have everything set up? I think we do. So we're gonna go ahead and unpause this. Oh, actually, slow this down. As you can see, the normal speed is actually quite slow. But these guys are going to start hauling stuff over to the stockpiles. Our constructor's going to start building. Ryan's going to start growing, it looks like. Actually, Ryan is... Yeah, he's going to go start growing. Another thing that we should actually have here is beds. And if I can remember where it is in furniture, yes. So we may not get the beds done by today. So for now, I'm going to place down 3 sleeping spots for our 3 employees here, or 3 civilians. And that'll be good enough. It's going to take them quite a while to get this done. In fact, I may speed this up just a little bit. Put it on level 2. And as you can see, they're going to knock everything out of the way before they can actually get anything done. He's finally planting now. If you didn't notice here, he just failed his construction. And that'll happen a lot more if you're not good at constructing. Let's see, we've actually got our stockpile. Finally got our little 4 nubs here. So now if we go to architect, we go to zone. And we can go to build roof area, and we'll just stick it right on top. Ah. Cannot build. Okay, fine. We're gonna have to take out the trees first. See, you're hauling. Let's see. Time is really going by. We really need to get this tree cut so we can. Yep. Nope. You're gonna prioritize harvesting that first so we can actually get that out of the way. Come on, buddy. There's our Ryan. Okay. And now we can actually place in another structure here. Please. No sign of construction. Who was my constructor? It was you, right? Ah, yeah. You're hauling it to it. Okay. And did we make a roof over this? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. Okay. Let's see. Do right there. There we go. Very nice, very nice. We're actually going to end up needing a much bigger stockpile than this. This is a very small stockpile, to be sure. But it looks like we've got everything planted. We've got the house made. In fact, maybe we can get some. Let's see, what am I looking for? Do I have a sleeping spot for animals, maybe? Yeah, I do. Because we have a dog. It starts us off with a dog. He'll be in the corner. Little dog named Geisha. Old Yorkshire. In fact, yeah, let's see if we can get some beds in here. We'll stick that one there. Stick that one there. And we will stick this one here. What else needs to be done here? We don't have any power yet. So I think what could be done is we could use a butcher's table and a fueled stove. Although I think we'll save that for the next day, because it's getting pretty close to night out. You can see the time here. It's 17. The 17th hour, rather, in the bottom right. This can be a very slow-paced game, but it can get very fast-paced very quickly. Once you get a lot more people under your control, the micromanaging becomes a constant, and it's something at least, I enjoy. I enjoy that quite a lot. Whoo, they got beds too. Real nice. Now we can just deconstruct these for free. About this grow zone, though. They did finish that pretty quickly. Maybe I will actually. Maybe I will. We're going to expand this by just a little bit. We'll do a 9. 9x9 instead. And then when she can, she'll get that done. But I think we can sort of call this complete. We've got our shelter, we've got our storage, we've got our growing zone set up. The next things we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to start expanding. Get each of these people their own house, because believe it or not, people don't like sleeping in the same room as other people unless they're like in love, and at least in this game. I don't know, if you want to sleep with other people, you can do that. But people waking up and going in and out of the same room causes sleep disturbances, which causes them to get less sleep, and also for them to be real cranky, which causes mood debuffs. Another thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to get a kitchen going, as well as a butcher table and a stove going so we can cook. We can start hunting, getting some meat, getting a storeroom for our food. Because unfortunately what we've got now, we've got 30, 40, 43 meals. These are MREs, packaged survival meals. They're not going to last very long. And our dog will eat them too because he's an ass and he doesn't have his own like kibble to eat. And I think we'll save that for the next episode though. I don't want these to go on for too long. Because I feel like anything past like 15 minutes starts to be a drag for anyone. Although that could just be me. And you guys can, I don't know. You can talk about it in the comments or something. What kind of duration you want for these. But that's going to be it for this episode. I will see you guys in the next one. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing.